Johnson on the right of the Shito Ryu Karate-do, and also Mr. Henry of the Shotokan Karate-do. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us, and thank you very much for allowing us the time to interview and to find out what is going on with your project. Explain to me, what is Shito Ryu?
Well, Shito Ryu is a classic traditional style. He actually, the master who invented it, his name is, oh my God, Kenwa Mavuni, yes. He actually called this style Shito Ryu from his two masters from way back. So I'm just following his trend, even though I studied my style in Cuba. You know what I'm saying? I started actually in 2001 in Cuba, where I was actually studying to have my degree in electrical engineering. So I actually merged the two, and when I came back to St. Kitts in 2007, I actually started my karate group in 2008, and look at where we are now.
Tell me, what this is all about. There are many different styles that we have seen today. Explain to me what it's all about.
Well, as you see, karate actually means empty hand. So you can actually use your hands and feet to actually fight to defend yourself, or actually teach people how to defend themselves. And karate, from way back in the historical past, they also use weapons, as you can see. We will show you different type of weapons where we use the nunchucks, we use the staff, we had wooden swords because we don't have real swords here. So we're actually about teaching self-discipline and self-defense, teaching the kids them how to actually protect themselves if they have to, and giving them a place to go after school, like an extracurricular activity.
What this does to the human mind?
The human mind, well, it develops it. It develops it very well. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you in shape, and it makes you you can be a weapon. Or you can also be very peaceful, because when you find out how dangerous you can be, you actually become a peaceful person.
Now, let's go to Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry, explain to us what is Shotokan.
Well, Shotokan is derived from the same roots as Shito-ryu. But when it was brought out to Japan, it was changed. Some elements of Japanese martial arts was introduced into it. Thus the name changed to Shotokan.
Does it carry the same principles?
Well, the principle of karate, and I believe most martial arts, are first piece are mostly to develop yourself, to seek perfection of character. That is really the tenet of most martial arts. It is an activity that you will practice your whole life, and it not only trains the mind, but it develops the other small muscles that no other sport develops. So it really makes you strong, more inner than outer.
It says that karate in general could assist different sporting disciplines. In what way?
Karate teaches one to be calm. It teaches, I will want to term it as quiet aggression, which means a karate man at peace, or karate man not in a threat situation, is still as dangerous. A karate man is still a dangerous person, but he is able to control that fire, that storm within. So when he comes to another sport, he approached that sport a little more serious, much more serious than anybody else, because he learned to see. He got a little more foresight than most people because of that calmness, that inner calmness he has also.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I see you have a lot of children here,
yes,
and you must need support from somewhere. Where do you get the support from?
Well, basically from the parents. That's the only way I can get my support. And my senior athletes, which I have with me, so I can actually be able to work with the kids and have the senior work with the bigger guys. Because trust me, it's not easy to work with so many kids on your own. So I actually, as you see, I have another black belt there with me. I actually have another one which is not here right now, but basically between us is 3 black belts in this group.
Now, I know karate in itself is an Olympic sport.
Yes.
What support do you get from the St. Kitts Olympic Committee?
Well, we are working towards that. Right now, we are actually trying to bring a stronger bond within the karate between St. Kitts and Nevis, which is myself, Arthur, and there's a group in Nevis which is Gojo Ryu. And we already did have tournaments with them before, which is a national tournament. So what we have to do now is actually do our elections, and then we get the support which they already have waiting to give to us. We just have to complete our part, and then we get what's they are permitted for us from the Olympic Committee.
In every sport, there are concerns. In life, there are concerns. What are some of the concerns you have?
Basically, for karate, the concerns will be compounded in tournaments. You really need to first think about safety because there is no pedi yet for karate. So one needs to make certain that you have a safe surface, mats, um, headgears, gloves, stuff like that for protective equipment. And both these two clubs have invested a lot in providing safety equipment because it's always safety first.
Now, Mr. Johnson, he spoke about equipment.
Right.
How do you source your equipment?
Well, I actually source it from my pocket because actually karate has been dormant for a while. So in order for it to go, we had to make it go somehow. So all my equipment came basically from my pocket. As you see, we was fighting with certain gears and whatnot. They was bought, yeah. I bought them off the internet, etc. Yeah.
Now, he mentioned some of the concerns he has. You might have as well.
Yes, I had those same concerns. That's why you see I have equipment today. When I started off, we used to actually spar bare hand. No protection, but it was always light sparring because it's not about attacking to hurt. No, even when we spar with equipment, we do not try to follow through with full power. It's all about touch point. Touch is not to hit you, to hurt you, because we are all friends when we finish with this. You want when you're done, you shake hands, you say good fight, good day, and we enjoy that. So that way, we all go home safe. We could see ourselves coming back here next day and practicing and training, sparring, doing everything proper without hurting each other. So the way we do it is not to go full force at all. Just a little 5, a little 2%. It's all touch point. There's no full contact, no full power. There's no knocking out.
You said there is no knocking out.
It's not allowed. It's not allowed. Not even in the Olympics.
But there's still some fear out there in people who really look at it and say, no, I don't want to get hit. What advice you have for them?
No, that's easy. They could go on YouTube and they can look at the World Karate Federation international competitions, and you'll see beautiful techniques, speed, aggressive techniques with perfect precision and control. Techniques that can actually hospitalize you, being used just by controlling, by touching the person's head with a spinning roundhouse kick or a roundhouse kick without hurting them. Trust me, you look at that, you'll be like, wow, how come the person is not on the ground? And what I did was just control it with speed, technique, and precision and distance without hurting and without following through. Because, of course, as I said, it's a sport and it's not a real fight.
Now, I've looked at some of the drills today, and I see, when two fellas sparring or what, they're always on their toes. Why?
Well, it's an individual thing. You learn your techniques because the instructors can only teach you to punch and kick and block. When it comes to the fighting, that's where the technician in the individual come in. It's like anything else. He now needs to put his program together. We only teach you to punch and kick. We teach you how to deliver the technique. We through the drills you learn like Johnson said, the timing. But more than anything, you learn good delivery, efficient delivery, and to touch on sparring and the fear of sparring. Karate, through the practice, as you go through the various stages, you gain more speed. your reaction time is shortened. I mean, the element for injury is heightened, but because you have that level of skill, your responses are really good. So it may look to you like, I mean, it is dangerous when you put two black belts together, two senior ranks together. But to them, I teach students to have fun while you spar. You're really supposed to, and you can have fun with a trained person. If the person wasn't trained, you make a mistake and somebody could really get hurt. But martial arts and martial arts sparring, it is done in a systematic way that really maintain the safety of the participants.
Gentlemen, we heard a lot from both of you, and finally, your final words.
Well, people, do not be afraid of karate. Karate is actually mind, body, and soul. Karate is here for everyone. As you see, from the young to the old. It's a lifetime thing. People train karate is like a everyday life, you know. If it's one thing you don't have to worry is about your kids being hurt, and it actually improve their ability to actually protect themselves and be able to see if somebody's trying to hurt them. Even though we teach control, we also teach you how to actually be alert. So that way you actually will be a lot more safe in when you actually play other sports, as I was saying. So trust me, karate is a good sport to get involved in.
And your final words, Mr. Henry?
My final words to the persons who put together the plans for the youth. The martial art, we've seen that cricket, football has done its part. That's the traditional way of trying to reduce delinquency, juvenile delinquency and so on. Karate come with a built-in belief. Everybody believes from the time you see somebody who train karate, you say, us. But that means respect. So, borrowing from that, we know that if we can teach our kids self-control, you may think that karate is violent still, but we teach more self-control. It is fighting to defend yourself only when all else has failed. It is the last resort. So we teach your children and we teach the kids who come in contact with us how to conduct themselves peacefully. Like a kid, if you don't give him, like what the old people say, if you they will find work for idle hands. In the dojo, they get to kick about, they get to punch, and they get to develop themselves. It should be the new sport that we should gravitate towards if we want to assist and alleviate the juvenile delinquency. That's my final point.
Mr. Henry of the Shotokan Karate Club and Mr. Johnson of the Shito Ryu Karate Club. Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for being part of this program today. We have here